Autumn has a way of wrapping you in its quiet charm. The soft rustle of vibrant leaves dancing in the crisp breeze, the rich smell of pumpkin spice, and the way the sunlight filters through the golden trees. It's as if the world is whispering for us to slow down, to take it all in. Romanticizing fall isn't about grand gestures. It's about finding beauty in the smallest, most ordinary moments. Walking through cool, misty mornings, sipping warm coffee or tea by candlelight, or simply just getting lost in the pages of an autumnal book while the rain taps gently against the window. Autumn is such a magical season, which is why I do whatever I can to romanticize the season as much as possible. In this video, we're going to talk all things cozy that you can do to fully immerse yourself in this fall season and create your own moments of joy, literally no matter where you are, even if you're not in an area where you can see or have a fall climate. I personally live in a warmer climate, so creating a fall atmosphere outdoors can be a little tricky sometimes because we do still have our 90-degree days, but I promise even if you are in a tropical place and you're wanting to enjoy fall, these are things that you can still do. And if you watch this video all the way through and actually do these things, I promise you, you will feel like you enjoyed fall fully for what it is and won't be looking around wondering where in the world it went by the time you're putting up your Christmas tree. I've done that in the past and it is not a good feeling. So these things are really going to help you stay present, stay cozy, and truly enjoy autumn. The first thing you can do is create an autumn morning ritual. This is truly the time of year where you can really enjoy a slow morning. The days that I do this, I light my fall candles, I grab my favorite fall blanket, which is this really fuzzy one with pumpkins all over it from Target. I get my pumpkin spice coffee, I lift the windows and let open the crisp morning air, and I sip on that coffee and enjoy my autumnal book and just really sit in that moment. It really sets the tone for your day by starting it in such a happy and peaceful way, and not to mention you're super excited to get up and do this. Autumn is also seen as a season of reflection, so something I love to also do during this time is to journal. You could write a few lines about how the season makes you feel, or your intentions for the day, or just things that you're grateful for in that season. So maybe the crisp air, your cozy book, your favorite blanket, literally whatever makes you happy, just show gratitude for that. Prioritizing mental health is always important, but especially this time of year because the days do get shorter and the nights do get longer, and it can take a mental toll on you. So making sure you're actually prioritizing your mental health is going to be so crucial. It can be so easy to get lost in your own negative thoughts and start to feel really overwhelmed and even lonely at times. That's why I want to take a moment to talk about today's video sponsor, BetterHelp. I'm the type of person who will literally keep my emotions and my thoughts to myself because I never want to come across as someone that complains or is just overall negative. Honestly, that is never the case, and that is just not a healthy way to live. We're all human with highs and lows, and no matter which you're in, it is so important to be able to actually talk to someone, especially someone that's licensed and professional and can teach you different techniques, give you new perspectives, and give you unbiased advice. BetterHelp is an online platform where you and your therapist can communicate effectively so that you actually can get the most out of your therapy. It is super easy to get started. First, you'll just answer a few simple questions in a questionnaire, basically just about your history and exactly what it is you're looking to get help with, and then you'll be matched with your therapist within as quickly as 48 hours, which is amazing if you're really struggling and really need someone to talk to. BetterHelp also makes it super easy to switch therapists if you feel like it's not a good fit until you find someone that you truly connect with, which I personally love because it's so crucial to feel heard, feel understood, so you can actually get to the root of the problem and start creating solutions and take steps forward in your own personal self-growth journey. You can log into your account at any time and send your therapist a message. BetterHelp is super thorough in qualifying their therapist, so you actually get a helpful and thoughtful response. You can even schedule weekly phone or video sessions, so you never have to go wait forever in a waiting room as you would with traditional therapy. You can literally have a cozy session with your your therapist in your PJs in the comfort of your own home, which if you're an introverted homebody like me, sounds amazing. Plus, BetterHelp is a way more affordable option than traditional therapy and way more convenient being able to message your therapist anytime from anywhere. BetterHelp has over 7,000 reviews and a 4.5 rating on Trustpilot, so it really is a platform you can truly trust and rely on. If you're struggling and are ready to take charge of your mental health, click the link in my description or head to betterhelp.com/MichaelaCaroline. And as a special gift to you as a viewer of this cozy channel, you'll get 10% off your first month of therapy. So head to betterhelp.com/MichaelaCaroline and make yourself a priority this season. And that way you can head into 2025 better and stronger than ever. One of the best ways to embrace the magic of fall is by cozying up your space. As the weather cools down, it's the perfect time to make your home feel like a warm, inviting retreat regardless of how the weather feels outside. Think soft blankets, warm-toned throw pillows, and maybe even adding in some fairy lights for a soft, glowing ambiance. And you don't have to break the bank with this either. You can swap out lighter colored fabrics with more textured and darker colors. You can add seasonal touches like adding a stack of books or switching out some year-round pictures for some more seasonal prints. Maybe add a pumpkin or cinnamon scented candle, or just sprinkle pumpkins all throughout your space. I feel like pumpkins can just instantly make your space feel more autumnal. I shared a few of these things in my last video where I decorated our home for fall, which I can link above, but it's truly about so much more than just decorating. It's about creating an environment where you feel warm and relaxed and just ready to embrace all of the cozy moments that this season brings. There is just something about coming home, turning on all your string lights, lighting your fall candles, turning on something cozy and nostalgic on the TV, and curling up with a good book while sipping on some pumpkin spice tea and just soaking in all the fall vibes. Small changes can make a big difference, and by tweaking your space, you're really setting the mood for the entire season. Something else that's small but does make a big difference is changing the wallpaper on your phone. We all look at our phones constantly throughout the day, so why not make that little moment cozy and autumnal? Whether it's a picture of fall leaves, or a cozy cup of coffee in a fall cafe, or even something a little spookier, kind of like what mine is with a witch in the woods. This one's my favorite. I don't know why, I guess because I love witches, but this one's like my favorite wallpaper that I've had. But updating your wallpaper can just instantly bring you some fall vibes multiple times throughout your day. It's kind of like giving yourself a little reminder to slow down, enjoy the season, even if you're having a really busy, hectic day. It's such an easy way to create a sense of calm and connection with the season, because every time you unlock your phone, you're just gonna fill yourself with that warm, fuzzy energy that you get every time you think about fall. I personally find mine on Pinterest. There are so many on there. No matter what you're looking for, you'll find something that you like. You could do like an individual picture. There's collages on there that have different vibes to them. So you really have a lot of options to choose from, and you could even do multiple and just switch them out throughout the day or throughout the week, whatever you like to do, and just keep it really nice and fresh. Another one of my favorite ways to embrace fall is to add seasonal touches to my meals. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Think like warm, cozy things like cinnamon, pumpkin, or nutmeg, or just incorporating some sweet potatoes or some apples into your meals. One way I'm doing this is I'm swapping my typical vanilla coffee creamer for a pumpkin spice creamer. Lately I've been using the Starbucks, I think it's like the oat and almond milk pumpkin spice creamer. It is so good. I also add Honeycrisp and Granny Smith apples to our weekly fruit selection, and we can have them either roasted or just have them straight out as a snack. Trader Joe's actually has this Honeycrisp apple granola this year, and I love putting this into our yogurt because it truly tastes like fall. You could also make pumpkin shaped treats. So one way I love to do this is to make pumpkin shaped pumpkin waffles with this cute little waffle maker. I'll see if I can find it and link it in the description box, but it is just so fun to see these little pumpkin waffles. They're so delicious, and it's just a really fun way to romanticize your food whenever you could just be making plain waffles. Why not have a pumpkin shaped one? Or you could do pumpkin shaped cookies. I have a pumpkin ice molder too, so you could really just make it however you like, but that's just one way I personally enjoy doing it. And this is also soup season, let's not forget, so you can brew up a savory beef stew or chili, which is what my mom used to do every single year. Or you could do a soup like a kale and turkey soup, which I actually did last year in a fall recipes video, which I can link that above as well. It was so delicious, so packed full of nutrients, and I'm excited to be making that again this year for sure. Plus, I always feel like a witch whenever I'm making our soup because I have like this big pot that feels like my cauldron. I have my little spoon I'm stirring everything with. I'm adding ingredients left and right, and it's just a fun experience for me. Cooking with seasonal ingredients really does make you feel more in touch with time of year, even if it's something just as simple as adding some cinnamon to your oatmeal. Fall is not complete without cozy sweaters. There's just nothing like slipping on a soft, oversized sweater that instantly makes you feel more comfy and elevates any fall activity that you're doing. I love wearing fall sweatshirts like my Halloween one that I have from Etsy. I also have one that has ghost reading books on it that is just so adorable, and it's incredibly soft on the inside. And oversized autumn cardigans are also an essential this time of year. They're just so cozy, and you can really do so many different things with them as far as like jeans or skirts. If you find the right one, they can be light enough if you're in a warmer climate, which even if you're in a warmer climate, you can definitely enjoy sweatshirts and sweaters indoors. But if you're wanting to do it more so in other places and out in public without sweating your behind off, I would definitely say to wear some autumn colors, or even just wear like fall t-shirts maybe. I know they have some with like pumpkins and stuff, but it's a way for you to still feel in tune with the season, even if your weather or your climate is not cooperating with the fall weather. It's less about needing the warmth and more about actually feeling like you're still enjoying the fall season, even if you can't wear those cozy sweaters outside. Another way I love to be present in the fall season, or really any season, is by creating a bucket list. So you could take this one step further and make a bucket list jar. All you need is some kind of jar or container and just a piece of paper, and write down a bunch of different fall activities. And they don't have to be like whole day time consuming things. They can be very small. They could be like baking cookies, or more extensive like going to a pumpkin patch, or maybe just watching a scary movie. Just whatever it is that you want to do this season and want to hold yourself accountable to do, that is what you want to put in this jar. And what you'll do is you will draw something every single day and do that thing, and it's something to look forward to, and it's a way to make sure you're fully enjoying the season and you don't let it pass you by and wonder where the heck it went. Seasonal bucket lists have been such a game changer for me in the past because it keeps me from saying that I'm gonna do a certain thing and then just keep putting it off and keep putting it off, and then eventually the season just passes you by and your opportunity to do it has just gone. It is the worst feeling, so this is going to keep that from happening. Romanticizing seasons has become so important to me because growing up, my family didn't have a lot of money, so it did make it hard to actually enjoy the seasons because you were just in survival mode. Now, my mom always made sure that I was able to go to the grocery store and pick out my own little miniature pumpkin to put in my bedroom, and took me to the dollar store to get my Halloween coloring books. But really, until my adulthood, whenever Cooper and I got together, that's whenever I really started making sure that I was doing these fall activities. Actually, our very first date was a pumpkin patch, and it was the first pumpkin patch I had ever gone to, and it was just such a special experience. And now every single year whenever we go and I see all these happy people decked out in their fall like clothing, and I see all the pumpkins, I smell the hay bales, it just really takes me back and makes me so incredibly happy. It just is all so nostalgic to me, and I look forward to that every season, and that's why I decided to start making bucket lists. And the bucket list jar just kind of makes it a little bit more fun, a little bit more randomized, and again, it's just something that you can look forward to every single day and make sure that you are actually doing the things that you want to do and having the most fun and creating the most memories that you can in this fall season. Now let's talk about one of the most underrated ways to enjoy fall, and that is cozy socks. There is nothing quite like slipping on your fuzzy pair of pumpkin socks on a crisp autumn morning. It's just the best feeling. Or even a pair that has some ghosts on there, or a black cat, or whatever it is that makes you happy. And again, pairing it with your fall sweatshirt and looking down and seeing your fall socks, it's a vibe, and it makes me smile every time I look at my feet, because you can't really look down at your sweatshirt a ton, but you can see your feet quite a bit. And it's just something small that you can do. Even if you're wearing tennis shoes throughout the day, you can wear your fall socks, or just around the house. It's just a really fun way to be a little extra cozy. I absolutely love finding fall ambiances on YouTube to put on the background whenever I'm doing literally anything. Whether I'm working, cleaning, reading, editing, whatever it is. Oh, hey Katie. I love to put fall ambiances on in the background. There are so many different vibes you can choose from. You could do a cozy cafe, a cozy cabin. You could do something a little bit more on the spooky side as we get closer to October, like a haunted house or a haunted village. They have Harry Potter ones with Hogwarts, so you can feel like you're a Hogwarts student. Maybe if you're studying, that'd be kind of cool to put on. And they usually have a nice audio too. They usually have like a crackling fireplace or rain in the background, or just some really nice lo-fi or jazz music that can help you focus and keep you relaxed. Plus, I feel like it kind of turns my TV into a piece of decor. It just creates this whole relaxing, cozy atmosphere, even if it doesn't look like fall outside. It's kind of like bringing a little piece of autumn into your home whenever you want, no matter where you are. Now, this, in my opinion, is the best reading season that there is. So reading fall books, especially the ones that are very atmospheric, is one of my favorite ways to romanticize autumn. There's just something about this time of year that makes reading just so much more magical and so much more special, whether you are reading a cozy mystery or a whimsical fantasy, or just even a heartwarming love story set against the backdrop of autumn. Fall books have a way of transporting you into this world where the leaves are changing, the air is crisp, and just every page is a cozy escape. I do have a few videos on my channel of fall books that I do recommend and absolutely love, so I will link those up above, but I do have a couple recommendations for this year that are new. So first up, I have The Witching Flower, which just came out this year. This is a sequel to the novella Bubble Bubble, Toil, and Cuddle, which is a very short story. It's like a little over 100 pages, but it's the prequel to this one, and it is the most atmospheric. Bubble Bubble, Toil, and Cuddle is more of like a Hogwarts vibe, and it takes place in a witch academy called Gibraltar Academy, and you meet all of the characters there. And this one, The Witching Flower, it is very atmospheric, very descriptive. It includes a bake-off. There's lots of magic, good and bad. And the town it takes place in is called Autumnal Bay. Can we get any more atmospheric than that? Our main character owns a bakery. Definitely read Bubble Bubble, Toil, and Cuddle first, and then read this one. But this one just came out this year, like I said, and it is just so good so far. This one is called The Cider Shop Rules, and it is actually a cider shop mystery. So this one is going to be in the cozy mystery genre, and it takes place in the Blue Ridge Mountains. There's a fall festival, there is a pumpkin farm inside, there's just a lot of fall atmospheric things in this one, but someone does turn up dead, so they have to figure out exactly how and why, but this is going to give you a lot of fall vibes. If you love like the kind of mysteries that are a little bit more, they're not gory, they're just kind of like a cozy, lighthearted story, you're gonna love this one. This one took TikTok by storm, okay? I think last year is when it came out, and I remember seeing it everywhere, but the sequel just came out to it this year, and that has just kind of blown up this one too again, and it's called The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore, which people are kind of saying the setting reminds them of Gilmore Girls, which I think is funny that her last name is Gilmore. But it takes place in Dream Harbor, and our main setting is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And this is a romance, and I think it's just going to be such a cute, cozy read. I've heard nothing but amazing things about it. The sequel, The Cinnamon Bun Store, just came out this year too, so I feel like these are going to be two really great books to read this season. I also got the Blackbird Oracle, and this is the either 4th or 5th book in the Discovery of Witches series, which is my all-time favorite series. And if you love any kind of like dark academia, witches, there's vampires, all kinds of those things in there, so if you love that, highly suggest reading that series, especially this time of year. It is atmospheric. It takes place in England during the fall, and these books are amazing, and I'm so excited to read this new one that just released. I've heard great things, like I said, and I'm just obsessed with these characters. And then I also have one that is pre-ordered. It doesn't come out till October 8th, and it's called A Dark and Secret Magic, and it includes a cozy cottage. It's a witch that owns an apothecary, so a little bit of practical magic vibes. It takes place in October, so lots of Halloween in there. It's basically about a witch who is discovering all these dark secrets about her family, and oh man, mix that with the October Halloween vibes. I am so excited. I heard Darling Desi describe this as the author being the kind of person that understands the autumn vibes and what it means to put those into a book, and it just like, that sold me right there. So I'm excited to read that one. Stay tuned for my thoughts on it, but that one doesn't release until October 8th, but I am so excited for it. I'll also link these books in the description box below in case you heard one that just piqued your interest that you want to pick up for this fall. I'm also going to link my Goodreads down below. I am trying to make an effort to keep this up to date because I'm an avid reader, I'm a bookworm, and I just want to be able to connect with you all there too and just kind of show you what I'm reading, my thoughts on everything, and that way if you're ever wondering like, what's a good book to read, maybe head over there, see if you get any ideas. But I will link that in the description box below, and make sure to comment any of your favorite fall books because I have an ever-growing fall TBR list and I'm always looking to add new titles, so make sure you comment those down below. Something else that is incredibly simple to do but will just bring in little moments of joy throughout your day is to change your hand soap to a seasonal scent. I am a freak and I wash my hands a ton. Like, my hands are always dry because I'm always washing my hands, and we switched our soap to a pumpkin scented soap, and my goodness, every time I wash my hands I just smell nothing but pumpkin spice, and it makes me so happy. It always lingers on my hands and it smells amazing, so if you ever see me like randomly smelling my hands, I'm just smelling my pumpkin soap. Mrs. Meyer's has some really great seasonal scents like fall leaves, apple cider, acorn spice. Those are all really great scents. There's even just the soft soap brand. They have awesome scents as well. We get the big one that has the pumpkin spice scent, and it is just so yummy smelling and just makes me feel like I'm in a fall hug every time I just smell the aroma from the soap whenever I wash my hands. You could elevate this by getting a autumnal soap dispenser, or you could do a little DIY like I did in my Decorate With Me. So we took a clear soap bottle that had orange soap and just put in little plastic spiders, and it was just a cool little DIY to do, something a little different, and if you have kids, I feel like they would enjoy this. One of my absolute favorite ways to fully capture the sense of fall is by lighting candles. As you can see, a candle just changes the vibe of a room instantly. The soft glow, the comforting scent, it's the perfect way to make a space feel both warm and inviting. And once you start to smell those warm notes of cinnamon or spiced apple or pumpkin, it just literally feels like you're in a fall oasis. Even on the busy days, I love to just have that little moment of lighting a candle. It just makes everything feel that much more intentional and cozy, especially if you get one that has a wood wick because it just sounds like a crackling little fire. One of the easiest ways to get yourself in a fall mood is by curating a fall playlist or listening to fall podcasts. There are literally so many on Spotify, and even on YouTube you can just type in a fall playlist and you'll see a bunch of them come up, but a lot of people do curate them on Spotify, so like I said, you'll have a ton of options on there too if you have Spotify. There's also really great podcasts that capture the essence of fall, whether it's spooky stories or true crime stories. I personally love watching Haley Reese and Bailey Sarian during this time. Haley just brings in a lot of the paranormal with a little sprinkle of true crime, mostly paranormal though, and I love those kind of stories. And then Bailey Sarian brings in a lot of the true crime, plus she's just absolutely hilarious. So those are the two that I usually default to if I'm wanting to listen to some type of podcast relating to autumn or just spooky season in general. It's so fun to put on while you're getting ready or while you're driving somewhere. It just adds a little extra touch of just happiness throughout the day because you're just getting yourself in that fall mood. And podcasts are perfect if you're on a walk, if you're cooking dinner, or driving anywhere. It's like bringing the feeling of fall with you, literally no matter where you are. Be honest here. Raise your hand if you're anything like me and you put your favorite fall or Halloween movies or shows on literally repeat for the entire season, no matter what you're doing. I'll wait. I hope you're being honest because I literally probably play Halloween Town at least 20 times a season. Whether it's just on in the background mindlessly or I actually do watch it, it just is like, it's such a nostalgic movie for me, so that's one that I absolutely always keep on. Gilmore Girls is another. I just love nostalgic fall shows or movies like Gilmore Girls, Practical Magic, Hocus Pocus, Halloween Town, Harry Potter, or even Ghost Adventures. I love Ghost Adventures. That feeling of nostalgia is just such a crucial vibe in the fall season, and these shows and movies just do it for me. There's actually a list online of all the fall episodes of Gilmore Girls, so I'll pop that on the screen here, and that way you can use it to reference if you just want to watch the fall episodes. But I always have on Gilmore Girls. I love that show so much. I've also been watching Only Murders in the Building, which is such a great show. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. It's very lighthearted, it's really funny, and you just really fall in love with the characters. If you watch it, comment below and let me know who your favorite character is. But it's a really great fall show to watch. Even the intro is literally, it takes place in fall. The whole show is in New York, so it's a really great show for this season. This is the best time of year to open your windows. Yes, we still have 90-degree days here, but every morning and night is a little bit cooler, and I love to open our windows and just let in that fresh, crisp air. There's just something so invigorating about the change in temperature that just feels like it brings your space to life. The scent of fallen leaves and cool breezes and the sound of nature and the birds singing, it just creates an atmosphere that brings the essence of fall literally right into your home. One of the first things that I do every single morning is I open my windows and let in that fresh air. Not only just for me, but the kitties do love it too. It's just a gentle reminder of the beauty outside, even though the days may be getting shorter. Whether you're sipping your morning coffee or working from home or just curling up with a good book, the fresh fall air can really uplift your mood and just bring in such good energy into your space. Another way you can romanticize fall is by walking through the historic district in your area. It is no secret that Charleston is absolutely full of history, and walking through downtown and seeing the older architecture and the moss on the trees, it's just a different vibe in the fall time. And all of these homes are built within like the 1700s and 1800s, and some even from the 1600s, and just having it, especially on an overcast day, walking through and seeing the older buildings, it just makes it a little spookier, but I feel like it enhances the charm. Plus we have some pretty cool cobblestone streets too, and some of these homes just look like really cute little cottages. Not to mention that we have a lot of very old graveyards, which will definitely give you some autumn vibes just walking through there. So if you have any graveyards around you, if you want to take a stroll through there, obviously be very respectful. Do not walk on anyone's resting place, but just to get a little bit of the spookier vibe, that's something you can do. Definitely a way where you can take your town, even if it's not feeling like fall outside, but you can go still do something within that realm to give you the same feelings. So if you have a historic district in your area, I would definitely recommend just going through with some fresh eyes this season. Grab yourself a cozy fall drink and just take a walk through and just notice how different that it feels this time of year. Let me know if that's just me, because I feel like Charleston's just extra magical in the fall time. Something fun I love to do each season is, yes, we don't have full trees that change, but we do have some leaves that change and fall to the ground. So I love to find this very leaf that I just love and I feel like I'm connected with. Yes, feel connected with a leaf that is vibrant and represents fall when I look at it, and then I use it as a bookmark. So I do like to clean it before I put it in my book, but it's just a little nod to fall every time you open your autumnal book and see your fall leaf pressed between the pages, and it's just something super simple, something fun to do whenever you're on a walk, to be on a mission to find the perfect leaf for this bookmark. I just love doing this little fall activity. You could even have this as something in your fall jar, and it's just a way to elevate your reading experience this season. A lot of these things were very simple to do and can be done no matter where you are, so I hope that this video gave you some ideas and some inspiration about how you can make the absolute most of this autumn season, because it truly is such a magical time and is a season to be enjoyed, and there's so much fun to be had in it, so many memories to be made, and I want each and every one of you to just be so present with it and just really fully enjoy it for what it is. And again, don't forget to head to betterhelp.com/MichaelaCaroline so that you can fully prioritize your mental health this season. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some ideas and some inspiration. If it did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.